Alright guys, what's happening? Today, it's been a while since I put up any videos. All my videos are going to be related to car repair, truck repair, type stuff like that. I'm not going to do any more videos on politics or anything like that. So all my buddies from back in the day, it's useless. I'd rather just do some videos and maybe help some people out, the common man that might want to save a few bucks on getting something fixed on his car. So this video here, I'm going to do on cooling fan, radiator fan, not working, okay? And you'll know this on a Saturn Ion pretty easily because you'll be running your AC and it won't be cooling quite as good, and when you stop at red lights you might start to overheat, things like that. And best way to check it, well, you know, turn on your AC and sit there and just sit in one spot, turn your AC on, and within a minute or two that fan should at least kick on by then. A lot of vehicles it'll kick on right away. The problem I was having is it's not kicking on at all. Then you have a plug that's going to be down in this area, and I can actually pull it up. Mine's a 2-prong. There's a 2-prong and a 3-prong. There's 2 different radiator fans. You need to make sure if you do have to order one, you get the plug-in that fits your vehicle. You know, there's a 3-prong and a 2-prong. All you gotta do is look at the how many blade terminal you have there, and of course this one's a 2. I didn't know that. I ordered one and they gave me a 3 blade terminal, and I had to take it back and get the other one. Unfortunately, the 2 blade is more expensive, so that kind of sucks, you know, but it's okay. Now, to make sure that it's your fan that's bad, all you got to do is take this plug right here. Now on mine, all I had to do is plug each terminal. You might want to check on the 3 terminal which one's hot and which one's ground, and then take a voltmeter, hook it to it, and you should at least get 12 volts. I was actually getting 14 volts. But you turn your AC on and idle the car and hook your voltmeter on volts DC and plug it up to the 2 terminals, and you should at least be getting 12 volts to 14 volts, somewhere in there, when the fan should be kicking on. If you're getting the voltage down there, you know your fan's bad. You can also, there's other ways you can check it. You can try to run a hot and a ground directly to the fan, but that's not the proper way to really do it. You can do that if you want to, you know, it's not a big deal. But if you wanted to, you can run a hot wire to the fan, see if it kicks on. That's the backwoods, that's the shade tree way to do it. You can do it either way. You know, I'm not telling you how to do it professionally here or anything. I'm just trying to help you out. So this fan that I bought was like 150 bucks. If you got the 3 blade terminal, it's only like 80 bucks. So that's great, you know. But anyways, we're gonna have to do it with the 2 blade. So okay, it looks really goofy down in there. Let's go ahead and take the camera off here and let you check it out. It looks pretty goofy down in here. I don't know how good of a shot I can get. It's sunny out today. Anyways, you got these clips. You got one on each side, right on top, and then 2 on the bottom. And it's like, man, them plastic clips, what the crap? You can't take a screwdriver and pry them off. You might break it, you know. And then I went and looked on online on Moto Logic, which is kind of like a All Data or something like that. One that I had access to. You actually just grab the bottom of the fan. This is first, you want to unplug your connector, of course, right? And then reach down and just it pops right out. Reach down over here and it pops right out. Now to do this, okay, so anyways, you can just literally pop it out, okay? So don't stress over the little plastic clips, okay? Because they do look like a pain in the butt, but all you gotta do is they pop right out, okay? And to the instructions, if we were going to do it by the book, we're not going to be able to do it properly here. So let me just tell you straight out, you're supposed to pull it out from underneath, and that's how we are going to have to pull it out, because you got your AC line that runs right here, the motor sticks out, you know, your AC line, and then even your dipstick. Yeah, mine's missing the little hook you put your finger in. I wonder how that happened. Anyway, it's got to come out from underneath because there's just no way to pull it out from up top. You got your AC line. Now you could disconnect your AC line, let all your Freon blow out everywhere, and disconnect a bunch of other shit, and you might be able to get it out, maybe take your radiator hoses off. But I think it's still going to be easier to pull it out from underneath, so that's what we're going to do. Of course, in the shop, you're going to have a lift, and you jack it up in the air over your head, and it'll be nice and easy to get to. Well, I can't do that. All I have is a floor jack, so that's what we're going to use. And We'll see here. So basically, let's see how this video is gonna go. Anyways, you pop it out, right? It's loose. It's totally loose down in there. Sorry about the camera angle, guys. And now we're gonna have to be able to pull it out somehow. So underneath is gonna be the best way to do it. So let's just take a look down there real quick. Oh, okay. This is kind of the difficult part because I don't have it jacked up at anything yet here. But right where my finger is, let's see if I can find it. There we go. You got 2 bolts on the radiator. This is your radiator support right here. And you got the 2 bolts there on each side. We're going to go ahead and take those 4 bolts out because there's 2 on each side. We're going to go ahead and take those out, and then I'll come right back and we'll see how it goes. All right, hold on just a minute, guys. Hey guys, well, okay, I got a few things to go over. Sorry you missed it, but I pulled the fan out. But let me explain to you how I did it. It's really easier than I thought it was going to be. And that's why I want to make a video about this, because, you know, it kind of looked like I might have problems. Well, if you notice, I didn't even jack the thing up. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be able to do it without jacking it up, but let's check it out. Okay. So I came down, and actually, the better angle to show you guys is from right from the front. Let's see how good of a camera angle I can get you. These are the radiator mounts, right? Let's see if I'm getting it in here right. I can't hardly see what I'm doing. This is actually turned around. There's actually 3 bolts in each one. Let me apologize, I told you guys 2. There's 3 in each one. I popped them bolts out. This sits on top of that other bracket there, and I just spun them around backwards, okay? And then I kicked this out about as far as I get it. Don't disconnect anything or anything like that, okay? I disconnected everything, and I was able to slide it out and come down and wiggle it and pull it out without even jacking it up. Now, you know, if it would have been a little bit more of a problem, I would have jacked it up, but I was like, well, let's just see how far I can get it without even jacking it up, and I was able to pull it out. Now, here's the problem. I know the bottom of some of your guys' cars aren't going to look like this because this is a used vehicle. Part of the air dam was missing. This over here, I'm sorry, I had my finger over the damn camera. Apologies. But anyways, part of my air dam was missing, so it made it a little easier. I mean, I didn't have to remove anything down here. And all I did was take out the 3 bolts out of each one, and I spun these radiator supports around, and then pull back, and then wiggle it out. And if you feel like you're hanging up on something, you need to stop and check and see what you're hanging up on, because you have your condenser and radiator right here, and that's something you don't want to have to buy. So when you're pulling and wiggling and something catches up on you in any situation, stop and see what you're hung up on, because you could end up costing yourself more money, especially if you don't do it a whole lot and you want to make sure you do it right. Well, that's the key. But it made it a little easier because we bought it used. Now also too, you might find that your car has been scraped on some stuff, and this might be bent a little bit or something like that. Just take you a screwdriver or a hammer and bend it back as best you can. And in order to, because I had one bolt that I couldn't even get it out because the metal had bent up around it, and I just bent the metal back, pulled the bolt out. They're 13 millimeter, so you got 3 on each side. Twist the support brackets around, and then so you can see how much you gain. Probably about 6 inches when you pull it all the way back, and you don't have to disconnect any hoses or anything. Now, when you do that, you need to make sure that you're watching out. Let me see where I'm at. You're watching out for your radiator hose. You can't hardly see. It's really sunny out, so I can't see hardly anything. But anyways, you see you got AC line down here. You got your AC line down there. You got stuff down there that you want to watch and make sure. And then while you're in here, look around, make sure nothing's messed up. Everything in here looks pretty good. And I'm going to try to slip the new one in. Unfortunately, I can't hold the camera, and I got a tripod, but you wouldn't be able to see anything when it's sitting on the tripod. So let me slide it up in there, and then I'll be back in just a minute. Alright guys, we are all set. It is done. And here's the old fan. They haven't done one. Let's see. That's the clips right there and there. It just snaps out and just pop it out. And then go underneath with it. just a few little add-ons here, a few little thoughts that I can pass along if you're doing it and hadn't done one before. Number one, going back in, I jacked up one side because I made it a hell of a lot easier. Pulling it out, yeah, that wasn't too bad because you're kind of going with gravity. Once you're going against the gravity, going back in with it, it helped to have one side jacked up. I jacked up one side, and it made it really easy to swiggle it up in there. Snap the fan in first, then put the radiator supports back in, 3 bolts on each side. Swivel them around back into place. And when you start the bolts, okay, on those radiator supports, get them all started. All 6 of them, 3 on each side. Get them all started before you start tightening them up. That way you know everything's lined up and they're all started. You ain't got to worry about trying to start up a few and tighten them up and then getting one in your way on the other side where you can't line up the holes. Just get them all started, tighten them all up. Make sure you plug everything back in. All you got is the one pigtail down here, and that's pretty much it. I mean, as long as you don't mess with anything else up here, you don't have any other problems. It's snapped in, ready to go. I'm not going to bother starting the car. I already started to check that it's working. And now I have better AC. We're not going to overheat. You know, one thing I did notice, though, is I was talking about you got the 2-pin and the 3-pin fans. This fan here is a freaking 9-blade fan. Right? The one I put in, it's like a 6 or 7 blade. It's not as many blades on it. I think it's a 7-blade fan. But as long as it's working, it's working. It's made for the car. I mean, if you have any problems, any issues, well, it's kind of funny. Maybe it's just factory, but you know, factory issue. But the deal is, when it all comes down to it, is that damn fan's made in Thailand. This damn fan is made, I don't even know where. Now this one's made in the USA. And it's still a piece of shit. Made by Bosch. This aftermarket one, made in Thailand. I guess it don't really matter. It's electric motor. They go out. I mean, that's just how it works. Especially with pulling as many amps as it does. And who knows how hard it had to work before. Actually, this car had a front end problem when we got it, and maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Either way, just wanted to show you how to put this fan in. It's easy to do. Anyways, I jacked up one side to do it. I'll just say it right here. I'm not, you know, a safety Sally or none of that bullshit. But if you're going to jack it up and work underneath the car, you always need to make sure that it's solid, man. I don't care how you're doing it. I don't care if you got a damn rope wrapped around a damn tree and pulling it up in the air with a pulley. If it's solid, it's solid. You know when it's safe and when it's not. Use your fucking head. Everybody says, oh, you always got to put a jack stand on it or something. Well, sure, put a jack stand on it or something all the time. Go ahead and do that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Make sure whatever you're jacking it up, even if you're using a freaking post lift that you're going to put it up over your head, any mechanic will tell you they always lift it off the ground about 6 inches, and you always freaking shake the car and make sure it ain't moving. I mean, because, you know, even professionals double check their work and make sure where they're going to be working is safe, but you use common sense. It's nothing about safety Sally bullshit. You just use your brain, okay? If you don't think, if you don't feel safe under the car, you don't feel safe under the car, but you need to make sure you are safe about that. You know, you don't want to get yourself hurt over some stupid Saturn Ion. Now, I'll say this is a good little car. It's been really good to us. If you have any other questions about any type of repair to this car, I might be able to help you out. Shoot me a question. Maybe I can shoot a video about it. I don't know. You know, I'm working on a few vehicles right now. This one, and I just have another video. I don't know if I have it up yet or not by the time I upload this one, but it's about tailgate latch on a Silverado 2003 model. Piece of crap Chinese parts, man. I'm telling you, these crappy parts that we're getting. And it's funny, this fan I bought is VDO. Don't they make TVs or some shit? They make cooling fans too. Pretty interesting stuff, huh? Well, I got if I'm gonna maybe do a video on spark plugs, doing spark plugs on this thing. I mean, I might do that. Either way, I don't know when I'm going to post this up, but I was thinking about starting to do some videos again to help people out. So, if you want to see more, let me know. If you got any questions, let me know. You know, hey, subscribe if you want to see more, or whatever. But anyways, Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything else, I'm just running on long just to piss everybody off. There's really no other information here besides be careful. It comes out from underneath, and that's the only way it's going to come out unless you take half the shit off up the top. So it looks like you might be able to pull it out at the top, but it's a bitch. You don't want to even, it's easier to do it from underneath. Just take the 6 bolts out, 3 on each side, and the rest is wiggling it around. Make sure you're careful with the condenser, the radiator, the AC lines, the wiring. You want to make sure you're safe with all that crap. And you're probably going to run into some little problems where maybe the bottom of the car had scraped the curb or something, where you might have a little piece of metal you got to bend out of your way. Don't worry, just bend it out of your way, do what you got to do, get her done, and be done with it. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video and it helped you out in any way, shape, or form. If I can do anything else for you, let me know. All right, have a good one.